Look at you right now, probably watching this with bags under your eyes the size of small countries, half awake, running on fumes, telling yourself, "I'm fine," while your body's basically screaming for help. I get it. We've all been there. Here's the cold truth nobody wants to admit. Most of us are absolutely terrible at resting. Not just, "I didn't sleep well" terrible. I'm talking, "I've forgotten what it feels like to be fully recharged" terrible. And it's killing your productivity, your health, and your happiness. We've got this backward idea that rest is something you earn after grinding yourself into dust. Like it's some luxury reward instead of what it actually is, a biological necessity. That's like saying you'll refill your car's gas tank once you've proven you deserve it by completely running it dry on the highway. Makes zero sense, right? Why you suck at resting? Let me break this down for you. That thing you call rest. Scrolling through social media until your thumb cramps up, binging shows until Netflix asks if you're still alive, or passing out after drinking just to shut your brain up. That's not rest. That's distraction. That's numbing. That's you avoiding yourself. Real rest isn't about escaping reality. It's about giving your entire system, body, brain, and nervous system, the downtime it needs to actually recover and rebuild. Your body is literally begging you to rest properly. Those headaches, that brain fog where you read the same paragraph 5 times, the irritability where every small thing feels like a personal attack, those aren't character flaws. They're warning lights on your dashboard saying, "Hey dummy, pull over before you crash." But we ignore these signals like they're spam calls. We double down on caffeine, push through, and wear exhaustion like some badge of honor. "I'll sleep when I'm dead." Yeah, at this rate, that might be sooner than you think. The science behind real rest. Here's something that might blow your mind. Your brain doesn't actually turn off when you rest. It switches modes. When you're grinding all day, your brain's in what scientists call focused mode. Great for concentrated tasks, but burns through mental energy like a Hummer burns through gas. But when you truly rest, your brain shifts to diffuse mode. This relaxed state where it makes connections, processes emotions, and solves problems in the background. That's why your best ideas hit you in the shower or on a walk, not while staring at a screen with bloodshot eyes at 2 a.m. And let's talk about sleep for a second. That thing where you close your eyes for a few hours between Netflix and your morning coffee? That's not just some inconvenient downtime. During deep sleep, your brain literally washes itself with spinal fluid, clearing out the day's mental garbage. Skip that cleanup, and you're basically running your life on a brain full of trash. Why your relaxing activities aren't working. Here's a hard truth. Most of your so-called relaxation activities are actually draining you more. That social media scroll, it's bombarding your brain with comparison triggers, fear-based news, and dopamine hits that leave you more exhausted than before. Those 6 hours of binge watching, they're messing with your sleep cycle and keeping your mind in constant passive stimulation. Even productive rest, like listening to podcasts at 2 times speed while doing dishes, isn't giving your brain the break it desperately needs. It's like trying to cool down an overheated engine by driving slightly slower instead of just stopping the car. How to actually rest like you mean it. So how do you rest properly? Not by accident, that's for sure. You need to be as intentional about recovery as you are about hustling. First, put rest on your damn schedule. Not, "I'll rest when I'm done with everything," because newsflash, you'll never be done with everything. Block out non-negotiable rest time like it's the most important meeting of your day. Because it is. Second, create clear boundaries between work and rest. Your brain needs to know when it can actually power down. That means no checking emails in bed, no working through lunch, no bringing your laptop to the dinner table like it's a family member. When you're working, work. When you're resting, actually rest. Half-assing both just means you're failing at both. You're probably ignoring the following types of rest. Physical rest, this is obvious. Sleep, naps, putting your feet up. But there are other types of rest most people completely ignore. Mental rest, giving your brain permission to stop problem solving. Try staring at a tree for 10 minutes without analyzing anything. Just exist. It's harder than it sounds. Sensory rest. Your senses are constantly bombarded. Screens, notifications, background noise, artificial lights. Try sitting in a dark, quiet room for 20 minutes and feel the difference. Emotional rest. Stop managing everyone's feelings for a while. Stop performing. Stop saying yes when you mean no. Be honest about how you actually feel. Social rest. Even extroverts need breaks from people. Sometimes the most restful thing is being alone without explaining yourself to anyone. Creative rest. Consume without producing. Walk in nature. Look at art. Listen to music without doing anything else. Fill your creative wells instead of constantly draining them. Here's the thing most people miss about rest. It's not always comfortable at first. When you finally slow down all the emotions and physical sensations you've been outrunning with busyness, they catch up. That's why people avoid true rest. They don't want to feel that discomfort. But that discomfort is the pathway to the deep rest you actually need. It's like when you've been holding a heavy weight for so long that your muscles start shaking when you finally put it down. That shaking isn't weakness, it's release. It's your system recalibrating. Let me give you some real, actionable steps to actually start doing this. Start with mini resets throughout your day. 60 seconds of deep breathing every hour. Create a shutdown ritual at the end of each workday. Write tomorrow's to-do list, close your laptop, and literally say, "I'm done for today." Ban screens for at least 30 minutes before bed. Read an actual book, stretch, or just sit and breathe. Take one full day each week where you don't try to achieve anything. No productivity, no errands, no checking things off lists. Learn to recognize your personal signs of fatigue before they become burnout. Catch yourself at tired before you hit exhausted. The payoff of proper rest. When you start resting properly, everything changes. Your focus sharpens, your creativity flows, your emotional reactions become responses instead of reflexes. You're not just surviving your days, you're actually showing up for them, with energy, with clarity, with purpose. Look, the world won't slow down for you. No one's going to show up and say, "Hey, you look tired, let me handle everything while you take a nap." That's not happening. You have to claim your rest, defend it, prioritize it, not as some luxury, but as the foundation that everything else in your life is built on. So here's my challenge to you. This week, schedule 3 20-minute blocks of actual intentional rest. Not phone time, not TV time, just rest, and see what happens. Drop a comment if this hit home, and subscribe for more no BS advice on becoming the person you're capable of being. Remember, grinding yourself into dust isn't impressive. It's just poor resource management. Rest isn't weakness, it's strategy.